Hey y'all, welcome to Crown Reads, where I read messages for the highest good of the collective. Just any messages for our insight, healing, growth, higher consciousness, just anything that can just help us through any challenges in life, or just give us any insights about anything positive that's coming. I do read intuitively, and I only use oracle cards, no tarot cards here. Um, just to keep in mind. And led to do a reading here, but not sure exactly where the topic is going to land. But also, we have a lot of energies going on right now. So I'm sure something in the cosmos will catch, and there's a message for someone here. It's March 30th, where today, and where I am right now. So we had we're in thick of an eclipse season. We had a moon earlier this week. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the collective and the cosmos. So yeah, just kind of led to just give a message here because I think there's a lot that a lot of people are dealing with, and so many people I think are being affected by the same energies, but it's very clear kind of how in different places people are, and not in a negative way. Just if anything, it's really interesting to see. Because I guess sometimes we think, if somebody isn't at the same plane or frequency or something like that as you are, like there just can't be any connection. And it can be too much of a distance between frequencies. But right now, it's really good to see that people who might be in different places responding to the energy the same. And for me, I guess that's kind of a confirmation of like, I don't know, people who you might not expect was like, oh, so they're going to be a part of this wave that might end up on the right side of things, and not expecting for them to maybe get something right here at the buzzer, but they are. So it's just like beautiful to see people in very different places. But like if you're affected by this energy, you're somewhere close to the frequency where the change is ready for you to. And it's just good to see, I guess, a lot of people taking up in that wave in a positive way if they embrace it and do all the good things related to it. Oh, grab one thing here. 1 second, folks. Grab that. Make a mess. Okay, so yeah, after all that whole spiel and everything, let's get to these cards. So, okay, Moonology deck wants to talk. The Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards. Wasn't expecting that, but also kind of makes sense. Okay, so this is going to this is a directive. Okay, it's a directive, so not a insight. It's a directive. And then the insight's going to come. Okay, they're doing this message backwards. Works for me. Feels like a lot the way those slid out. Take all 3. Is there 3 here? Okay, yes, there are 3 here. Okay, so we have leave the past behind. Okay, work through your feelings and clear your mind. Oh, well, my goodness, if that isn't almost sentences that go right in line with each other. Also, I think it was very interesting. I just kind of rambled a bit about kind of transitioning onto different frequency, kind of people on this new wave of this change thing. So that really had me thinking that when it said leave the past behind. I think also the energies that are being very affected right now are very much related to these signs that are listed in these cards, the Capricorn, Aries, and Gemini. Also think it's very interesting that they're all last quarter. So that's like right on the precipice. How do they describe it in this particular book? I know what I'm trying to say. But it means something with these when you're close to it. Let me see if I can find it. Quarter moon occurs 7 to 10 days after the full moon. It's time to let go, release, and surrender anything that didn't work out and even hibernate. Last quarter moon is important when a mini crisis might prompt more release work. So yeah, mini crisis. That's what I was getting, kind of like right at the precipice of something. So it's just a little blip, and just, but it's where you're right on the edge of something. Just leave the past behind. Just keep working through what you're feeling, and just clear your mind. It feels real simple. They're not giving me anything else besides that, like right on the cusp of something with that last quarter. It's like the last quarter, truly. And then this is the switchover, and this is all you have to do with this part of the last quarter. There's some part of the work that you've already done or doing or right on track or in alignment with. This is just where they need you to be right now. Okay, so this is what they want you to, the directive. I guess advice is, it feels softer, but they said the directive. I don't know why they want to come out like that, but okay. So it looks like that's the first part of it. So if there's anything you're trying to figure out, question, anything like that, here are the cards related, any small mini crisis that has popped up for you. And if you feel like you're on the cusp of something, leave your past behind, work through it, and just clear and keep moving. They don't want you to stop. Anybody who's about to stop, don't stop. It didn't necessarily say this deck, but my hand just landed on it randomly. Don't know if I wanted to touch it or if there's a message in it. There's a message in it. Okay, message. Message. Okay. All right. First part was directive. This part is the message. Sorry. I think I'm talking out loud. How it's like pinging in my head. It's just funny. Okay. Ooh, that one flew. God of the underworld. Something which no longer serves you is about to end. Okay. All right. Shift, changing, ending, cusp, mini crisis. All right. It's all lining up. This message is coming out pretty self-explanatory here. And let me just see. Make sure you see all the cards here. And like I said, these are the Moonology cards. I'm not really being led to read those. So I think they want you to take those sentences in a very plain and self-explanatory way. So you can see anything you might need to see. And here we are. They are going to have me read this one, though. Either intensity is ending or intensity is coming. Whichever one you need is what's going to happen. Yeah, very intense energy, intensity. Felt it. Okay. Yeah. Not negative, but intense. Consuming. Work through the consuming thing. Don't distract. Work through the consuming thing. Okay. So let's read what this one says here. So, God of the underworld, something which no longer serves you is about to end. Hades, God of death and the underworld, has appeared in your reading today to mirror an impending death. Yet this is not a physical death. Rather, it is a death of outmoded ways of thinking, belief systems, or emotional patterns that restrict or prevent you from moving towards a more positive and inspiring future. On a subconscious level, you have yearned to rid yourself of these traits which deep in your heart you know keep you from being and experiencing all you can. It is difficult to let go of something so familiar to you, yet know that in this instance, it is essential that a part of you die in order for you to experience the endless possibilities. Surrender. Let go gracefully and trust. Hades is often brutal in his ways, so you may feel unsettled or out of balance in the coming days. That must have been that wave of energy I just felt. However, remember that this is all a natural part of the healing process. This card is not a curse. Rather, it is a blessing which has the power to transform your life. Remember, death and rebirth are two sides of the same coin. You cannot have one occur without the other. Let go of the old and make way for something new. And my goodness, if the first card didn't say leave the past behind, and we have a confirmation saying let go of the old and make way for something new. Sentence right there. Let go of the old and make way of something new. We love a confirmation. Okay. Goodness. I feel like, there needs to be more depth. I'm supposed to be reading deeper. I'm not intuiting anything. There is nothing to intuit. I see why they had me read that card too. They didn't want it blurred with any additional messages. That is it. Let me double check here. They just want me to look at one more thing. God of the underworld. Yeah. Hades is often brutal in his ways, so you may feel unsettled or out of balance in coming days. I think a minute ago I said don't distract yourself, work through it. However, remember this is all a natural part of the healing process. This card is not a curse. Sitting in it is not a curse. Rather, it is a blessing which has the power to transform your life. Work through it. You get to work through it. Remember, death and rebirth are two sides of the same coin. You cannot have one occur without the other. Let go of the old and make way for the new. I don't know who needed to hear that again with those added words they had me throw in, but there you are. They just wanted me to read that sentence again. So something about this feels intense, brutal. Like maybe if you feel something really brutal and you're like, oh, this is right, it shouldn't feel this bad or something. And maybe that's like the cue you're making. This is not related to a romantic relationship. I am not saying to stick through something that is feeling tough right now in that area. But anything that feels like especially brutal, maybe it's undeserving or maybe it's so out of your control, but just brutal, work through it. It's going to end well. Anything that feels especially brutal right now is going to end well. Maybe they're letting you know because somebody's on the fence and maybe like, I'm not sure if she's talking about this or not. Whatever this is will feel very intense. Intense to brutal is the scale. Intense to brutal. So I think brutal does have a negative connotation. Intense does not have a negative connotation, but with the same level of distress as brutal, but without negativity. So that intensity. I feel like I'm rambling. I don't know if this is making any sense at all, but this is how they have it coming through. Yes, definitely energy in here. So yeah, whatever this intense thing is, work through it. Do not distract. As you're working through it, you clear. Don't distract, clear. Transmute. That word might be for me though. No, both. Okay. Work through it. You're working through it to transmute it, to turn it into something, and you can clear it. Don't feel like if you open it up and it all rushes in, you won't be able to clear it. That's what the transmuting is for. And it doesn't serve you anymore. So anything you're having a hard time letting go or feels brutal to let go, let it go. It's just because it's familiar. That's what the reading said. It is right to let it go. It's no longer serving you. I just feel the need to keep repeating myself. So that tells me that there isn't anything new to hear. It's just whoever's on the fence about this resonating for, they said lean towards talking about you than not. That it's like a repetition of get this, get this, get this. Maybe the energy's message is intense about how much they want you to work through something. You're so close. You're so close and they don't want you to go the other way. It's not going to reverse anything, but it's going to make it so much longer than it has to be. It's like if you're like right there at the fork in the road and you can either distract yourself or push through it. I mean, if you push through it, you get there in 5 minutes. If you distract, you get there in 5 years. Like it's that big of a difference in the work and the time. Anything is for you, it's for you. But distracting is going to add a lot more time in our realm. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Chills there. Okay. So you can take either route. You can want 5 more years of like, I'm going to ride out where I am. You get to choose. But that's what they said. It can either take you 5 more minutes or 5 more years. Oh, very interesting. I'm going to leave that there. Energy in here. Let me clear a little bit. Okay. It's not negative, but it's just a lot. Listen. Move some of this energy around. It's very intense. Kind of hovered here. It's intense, whatever y'all are going through. Let's move it around a little bit. I don't think I need to clear it. Let's move it around. Feel stagnant. 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 It's got stale and heavy right here. Yeah, I needed to clear heaviness out. Wow. So if you're feeling that too, if you feel heavy, this message is for you. Sorry for this diagonal. Oh, yeah. Message complete. Received. There you go. I don't know why. This is straight line and it's not working here. Not important to the message though. So yeah, so I'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, they're like, whatever's for you is for you. You will get there. But whether you prolong this is up to you or not. Clear your mind, clear your path. Clearing your mind clears your path. Clearing your mind clears your path. You wanted me to do that. Working through it and clearing it, transmuting it clears the path. Not distracting. Distracting, you're just going the long way. And you still don't have to clear. You just get to stall. So yeah, really not all that worth it. It's up to you to decide though. So thanks. That's the reading. We will wrap it up here. Thanks for stopping by Crown Reads. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Hopefully this was helpful for someone. Pass it around. And thanks for stopping by.